Welcome to the course that is Digital Signal Processing. We are discussing the unit number 1, that is DSP preliminaries and applications. So let's proceed for the topic, that is how to deal with the various aspects of the signal as a vector and few numericals based on it. So let's start. This is one of the reference diagram to identify what exactly the signal could be. So in this diagram we can able to justify that signal which is mentioned over here with the diagrammatic manner. This is simply the reflection of the equation which is pointed on the left corner. So s of t is equal to 0 if t is less than 0, means if the time is negative, it is less than 0, s of t will be 0, as well as if the time, that is small t, is greater than this capital T, means for this further part it is 0. It is having the existence only between the 0 to capital T. So based on this one we can easily calculate the energy for this particular signal. So energy will be what? It is nothing but Es, indicated by Es. So from the integral from 0 to capital T, s square of t dt, since it is a function of t, so that's why s square of t dt, and it should be less than infinity. So that is nothing but simply what exactly the signal is. Now let's look at what is orthogonality. So to study the orthogonality, this is what one of the slide, which is perfectly based on the vector concept. Signal, if it is been considered as a vector, so what it will be impacting. So orthogonality in vector calculus, we know two vectors, that is, let's say a and b. This is what they're simply the, we can say, the coefficient with respect to the I, j and k, means towards the three axis, will be orthogonal, means a and b will be orthogonal when their dot product is 0. Means if I take, let's say, a bar dot b bar or a dot b, if it is coming 0, then I can easily justify that a as well as b are orthogonal to each other. So when we actually multiplying two vector quantities or taking the dot product of two vectors, it will be like coefficient to coefficient multiplication. So a1 into b1, here it will be a1 into b1, next time it will be a2 into b2, plus next time it will be a3 into b3. So when addition of all this multiplication is resulting in 0, obviously that dot product is 0, and this a as well as b will be orthogonal to each other. Now let's look at in a mathematical way how to represent it in terms of, let's say, certain angle. So to represent it with respect to certain angle, this is how it can be done. So it is indicated as a inner product. So x of t comma y of t, let's assume that x and y we need to obtain, or rather we need to represent in terms of the vectors. So over the integral from 0 to t, x of t into y of t dt can be represented like this. So x bar dot y bar, so this is one vector x bar, this is y bar, angle between these two vectors is, let's say, theta, then the dot product for these two vectors will be given by this expression. So this is nothing but the vector dot product. So x bar dot y bar is equal to x bar, its magnitude, means in short it is x into y cos theta, so cosine of the angle in between the x and y vectors. Now let's look at the next. This is the simple example which will give the idea regarding the, we can say, the inner product or the orthogonality condition also. So let's say this is what one of the waveform and this is the second waveform. So from these two waveforms it is quite clear to obtain that when someone goes for, let's say, x of t y of t relation, so what exactly their relation, whether they are able to satisfy the inner product or not. So for that one, let's apply the inner product. Since it is over the integral 0 to t, so 0 to half interval, let's say it is t by 2, it is nothing but a into a by 2, so that is what done over here, and the integral will be solved, that is t by 2. Next, from this minus a2 to a, this is what the next part, and t by 2 again, because it is the second half of the waveforms. So it will result in a inner product that is minus 3 by 4 a square t. So that is all about the example. Let's see the next, that is nothing but the orthogonality of the functions. So in case of the orthogonality of the functions, again the condition is same, that two functions will be orthogonal or their dot product will be just cross checked over here. So when we say two functions f of x and g of x are orthogonal on a to b interval, it means that it is indicated with this particular expression. So a to b integral f of x gx dx is equal to 0. So there simply the integral will be 0 or their dot product will be 0. So that is something but the simply the extension of the inner product to this particular expression, that is expression in terms of the integral. Now we will proceed with the orthogonality condition. So let me just proceed with this orthogonality. So this is how it can be represented. Orthogonality, that is x t y t is equal to 0, can be represented like this in terms of the integral format. So this is all about the orthogonality. Now in the next lecture we will see few numericals based on the same. So thank you everyone, thank you very much.